What people don't sometimes think when you tell them that you graduated from the University of Michigan, that you were the policy lawyer for the Board of Commissioners of the county for 25 years, they think, oh, you had to come from a really sterling background. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Actually, I was born in squalor in a little place down in Kentucky. Went to school, there were 58 kids in my first grade classroom. I was dyslexic, but nobody knew that back then, and so for 4 years I was just pushed forward. I only had D's and F's, and finally at that point, that summer, I taught myself how to read, and from then on I was an A student all the way rest, you know. I had to work my way through college. It took me 8 years to get my undergraduate degree, and then 4 more years to get my law degree. I served on the school board. I was elected 4 times in the 80s and 90s to the board from a district in northwest Detroit. And, you know, I'm running for the board because I was there, I saw what happened, I know why we were taken over, and it can easily happen again. This is our last chance. It's got to be done right this time. My problem, or not my problem, the problem of a citywide school board is there are just too many ways in which it can be abused, and publicly abused to the extent that people get sick and tired of you, as they did back then. People take, board members take advantage of their office to raise funds for their next big stepping stone, whatever their political ambitions are. And that just undercuts everything down the way. So that's why I'm running. I'm a serious candidate, and that's my issue. It's a tough question.
It's really...
And, you know, the law doesn't actually give the state, what do you call it, blanket authority to just close schools. They need to consider the hardships, and closing a school creates enormous hardships. One of the reasons that so many parents have left the system over the last few years is because we closed schools, and every time 10,000 students were lost. People went elsewhere. It disrupts a child's education. One of the most important messages I have for parents is you've got to make a choice, and you've got to stick with it. You've got to be supportive for the whole 8 years in, you know,
Right.
K-8. And likewise, you can't just keep jerking your kid out. And that's exactly what this school closing policy does. It jerks kids around, disrupts their education. It should not happen, and that's where I come from.